And I like him?
Oh, what? He's having some lasting effects when he started to feel it on the Defiant.
Check off.
Kirk, we don't want to open up with you in the chair. Just go stand over there.
Let's make it a little bit different. Stand over there. Look at something.
Visual detection of an object dead ahead.
How about it, Spock? Fascinating.
You know, something to appreciate is like Spock saying words like fascinating, when I think like a pure Vulcan would never say anything like that. So is that his like pure human side, his half human side coming through? Like he still says a straight face is all hell, but I feel like a regular Vulcan would be like, it's a ship. It's a green ship.
Oh, it's the Enterprise, but they called it the Defiant, so...
Core, report to the transporter room immediately. Scotty, you have the com.
Aye, sir.
No one is eager to sit in the chair this episode. Whoa!
What? We've never seen him in spacesuits before.
They usually beam to wherever without any regard.
They beam down the planets with no space gear, but when they're going to another spaceship, they... That's great! Oh, it's the same set. Let's change the lighting a little bit. Oh my... What?
Okay.
What a hook. Okay.
I think the only other time we saw anything like that was Naked Time, when they went down to the frozen planet and they were just wearing, like, orange shower curtains. These suits looked much better.
I mean, granted, for them to beam down the planets, they have to check if there's a breathable atmosphere or not, I'm guessing. Although it was green, so... I don't know.
I mean, part of me thinks that they definitely just, like, had those suits, like, oh, we have these if you want to use them. Yeah, we'll write a story about it, yeah.
We have these suits from a bad TV show that aired for half a season. The Tholian Web, okay.
Oh, two writers.
Judy two writers, okay. I don't recognize these names either.
This is hilarious.
Yeah, very odd looking spacesuits.
Like, I feel like you could just get one of those wires caught on something, just like, ah, shit!
Oh yeah, it cuts the air.
The captain's neck is
Look at
broken.
the nameplate.
They have their names on there. Oh, that's neat. In case you forgot who you were talking to.
They cost $20,000 each. Oh no. They all have interesting markings on their face.
Yeah, as if they were like beaten up or something before they died.
The fuck was that shot? It looked like a GIF
Which one? The one of like
of
Chekhov?
Chekhov. Yeah, he was like... like they had a half a second shot and they just had to replay it.
Like what I found in life support. All dead.
Get back up here.
They all look like Mr. Freeze. Oh no! Yes! The fisheye lens. Yay! That's how everyone views everything in Star Trek. Whenever it cuts to a POV, they all have the fisheye lens.
Bones, can you tell me what they all died of?
I'd say these people killed each other.
I like the lighting here. Little spotlights.
Is this guy translucent? Oh, yep, there you go.
What the devil?
It's a trap. The whole ship is fake?
My hand just passed through a man and a table.
Get back up here on the double.
It's starting to disappear.
Transporter room, O'Neill here.
You got that transporter working yet, mister?
No, sir, not yet.
Did they bring up an issue with the transporter before already?
Not that I remember. I think the fact that they're inside the ship, they're starting to disappear with it.
Scott, stand by to beam us back.
A cancer, at least not all at once.
Damn, they're just gonna be stuck there, disappearing.
One of you has got to wait.
Request permission to remain, Captain. I could be completing the data.
Request denied. I know what the chances are. Mr. Spock, don't argue. Get back with the information.
I feel like you really use Spock. Okay, just took a little bit.
Energize.
Wait, energize what? I thought Kirk was staying behind. Did Spock say, F it, I'm gonna bring him back anyway? It's not worth it?
I guess they're trying. Oh, I love this cutting back and forth.
It's gone.
Nope.
The Defiant just vanished.
Oh, that was a great look there from Chekhov. Great acting.
When that ship went, it must have taken the captain with it.
What do you even do?
Yeah, how do you fix this?
Picture it this way, Mr. Chekhov. We exist in a universe which coexists with a multitude of others in the same physical space.
The multiverse is real?
At certain brief periods of time, an area of their space overlaps an area of ours, during which we can connect with the Defiance universe.
Please tell me the Defiant went to the mirror universe.
And I like him?
Oh, he's having some lasting effects when he started to feel it on the Defiant. He went postal. Overworked.
Someone commented, oh, the first time we saw the fisheye lens, oh, don't worry. That's not the last time we're going to see of it. They use it a lot this season.
He seemed more angry than frightened.
He had no cause to be angry.
Take Mr. Chekhov to sickbay, put him under restraint.
A lot of extras in this episode. That's good to see.
The captain was caught in our transporter beam. We must catch him at the precise moment during the next interphase.
So does that mean Kirk's not going to be in the rest of the episode? You think he had something going on this week? We have to write him out. Never really had an episode without him.
You got me for 15 minutes, guys, and I have to go film a commercial for Priceline.
This is when it started.
Mr. Spock, I'm receiving a visual signal.
Transfer to main viewer.
I see.
It's Kane.
I am Commander Luskin. You are trespassing in the territorial annex of the Tholian Assembly.
Can matters get any worse?
I gotta commemorate the world building in this show. It feels like no matter where they go, they encounter a new species, empire.
The Enterprise is responding to a distress signal from one of our ships and is currently engaged in rescue operations. It should reappear in 1 hour and 53 minutes.
Very well, Enterprise. In the interest of interstellar amity, we will wait precisely 1 hour and 53 minutes.
What an interesting design and voice effect for that, too.
Yeah, I'm glad that voice didn't have the typical God complex voice.
Able to solve this problem.
Uh-oh.
Negative. It's a third failure. I tell you, nurse, take this sample and run an analysis on it.
This is how everyone sees. Just a little different.
Dr. McCoy!
Oh! Come on, Nurse Chapel, get in there. Help him out.
Come on, throw a couple right hooks.
There you
Take
go.
your time. Instant effect.
On to Captain Kirk's coordinates.
Not even a reaction, just drops dead immediately. Knocked out. Are they trying right now? Has it been an hour? 53 minutes?
Captain Kirk is not on his designated coordinates, Mr. Spock.
Yeah, why are you trying now?
Well, when is that interphase going to happen? Theoretically, it already has happened, Doctor.
I thought you had the thing timed out. The madness that affected the Defiance crew will soon happen to the Enterprise. Now you've got to get this ship out of here.
Mr. Spock,
Spock just unaffected.
we're being fired upon.
Fired upon? By who?
It's the Tholians. They're like, time's up.
You're done.
Didn't even, like, come back to talk to him again.
No warning shot.
As soon as the timer went off. Shoot. Fire.
Like they have their iPhones. Like,
Yeah.
1 hour, 53 minutes.
Yeah.
What's the use of this battle, Spock? You've lost Jim. Take the ship out of here.
So Bones are most emotional, you know, like, we gotta go, you know. It's just, he's gone, let's go. It's like, what? Meanwhile, Spock, the most logical, is like, we must stay and, you know, find the captain. It's like,
That's interesting.
what's happening?
Can you estimate minimum time required for repair?
I don't even know if she can be repaired.
Are you satisfied?
I feel like Spock has a certain stubbornness about him, though. Like, once he thinks something's going to work, he doesn't like to be proven wrong.
Lack of time prevented any other course of action.
Yeah, but
The Tholian ship
okay,
had to be disabled.
Spock, whatever, but Bones is acting most out of character here.
Mr. Spock, something has just entered sensor range. It's another Tholian, sir.
Damn it.
Oh, God.
What, they just combine?
What is it, Wonder Twins activate?
Or the Dragon Ball Z thing? Oh, man.
Is it drawing an electric fence?
There's no analog to this structure in Federation technology. If the Tholians are successful in completing this structure before we have completed our repairs, we shall not see home again.
That's an interesting way of saying that. They've never really talked about seeing home before.
Yeah, I think that would hit harder if we ever saw home, because
Yeah.
we've never seen him at home. Ever. Ooh, look at this!
By the way,
look at all these
I'm
people.
pretty sure that is the Tholian Web. That's what they're constructing. Pretty sure this was the room that Wedding was in all the way back in Balance of Terror.
You were right about all the extras. Oh my god. Yet again, these are the same people just walking up and down the hallway every day.
A few hours ago, the captain elected to remain on board the Defiant. We must accept the fact that Captain Kirk is no longer alive.
Oh my goodness! You must have really had a good friendship with him.
Anyway,
I shall
back
not
to the
attempt
meeting.
to voice the quality of respect and admiration which Captain Kirk commanded.
Wow. They're really going far to treat it like it's, his death.
This is the 4th time that Captain Kirk has died in the service of the Enterprise.
The captain left a message tape. It was his order that it be reviewed by both of us should he ever be declared dead.
But I will agree, this is the farthest they've taken it. Oddly enough, it's when we don't see him physically die on screen.
Are you afraid it'll change your present status?
The mental and physical state of this crew are your responsibility, Doctor.
The captain's last order is top priority, and you will honor that order before you take over.
Yeah, I want to hear it.
Oh, still weaving that web.
He was a hero in every sense of the word, yet his life was sacrificed for nothing. You could have assured yourself of a captaincy by leaving the area, but you chose to stay. Why?
Remember what he did for Captain Pike.
And Bones is being way too hard on him here.
Even above logic, I think Spock's more loyal than anything.
And Spock is right. Like, if this was Kirk doing this, Bones wouldn't even he might question it a little bit, but he wouldn't be giving him this hard of a time. Oh, there he is.
Bones, Spock, since you are playing this tape, we will assume that I am dead.
I want you to take care of my 24 children across the galaxy.
Use every scrap of knowledge and logic you have to save the ship. Seek out McCoy. Bones, help him if you can. But remember, he is the captain. His decisions must be followed without question. Take care.
Wow.
Yeah, good speech, though. Jeez.
I wish I had been even more specific. Like, he recorded multiple of them. Like, if you're watching this, that means I've disappeared in another starship, and you weren't able to retrieve me.
If you watch this means I came across the Tholians. What if he went on to, now we're her, I know you're here, too.
Bones is like, Spock, pause it, I have to grab her. I can't pause it.
It deletes after replay it.
Yeah, after one replay.
Doctor, I believe we each have our respective tasks to complete before the Tholians complete theirs.
Oh, speaking of.
Oh, hello. Little funeral attire. Is this her room?
Yeah, must be. Oh.
As sad as it is to see, I feel like the most time we just see her sitting in the damn chair. It's nice to see her do
Yeah.
something else. But it's like, of course, this happens.
Captain! We thought you were...
Help. No. He's literally in the mirror universe.
Literally.
Damn, they're still weaving this web.
Well, that was nice to have a nice little Uhura scene. Some nice details there.
Yeah, very nice. I liked it a lot.
Even though it was used to just set up the plot more, but that's okay. Oh no, he's gonna dive. Yep,
close.
And I think that might have been our first really bad stunt double shot of the season.
Scott to Captain! Scott to Captain!
That's alright, though.
Spock here.
I like how he took a second to answer. Because he's like, oh yeah, I guess I'm acting captain. Oh yeah, Chekhov.
Yeah, forget about that storyline.
Are we any closer, Doctor?
No, except I'm positive that it's a Thurigan derivative that's the answer. That better be the next one.
I like how you could hear Chekhov in the background of that scene.
Will I become like Chekhov, Doctor?
No. We're working hard. We'll find an antidote.
And this is a dark, depressing episode.
Oh, he's gone.
What is it, Mr. Scott?
Mr. Spock, I've just seen Captain Kirk.
Dr. McCoy, please go down the engine room.
In critical moments, men sometimes see exactly what they wish to see.
Do you suppose they're seeing Jim because they've lost confidence in you?
I was merely stating a fact, Doctor.
It's getting critical. There have been a number of assaults down on the lower decks. Spock!
He spun the chair! Oh no.
Must be this space is getting to me too.
I understand, Doctor. I'm sure the captain would simply have said, forget it, Bones.
That was good. Oh.
Damn.
Is that the first time he said Bones, I'm guessing?
Look.
Probably ever, yeah. I'm sorry, it's so ridiculous.
Alright, so now everyone's on the same page. Let's get this solved.
This is also an interesting type thing where, we're ahead of some of the main characters, but on the same page of the minor characters. That's
Then what I saw,
another neat layer.
It was real.
Captain Kirk's alive?
Wow, she was crying. Off-screen tears. Nice. They just accidentally gaslighted you, Uhura. You're fine.
What have you got there?
Compliments of the house.
You found the antidote, Doctor.
Is it alcoholic? What's the percentage?
Mixed with alcohol, it merely deadens certain nerve inputs to the brain.
Oh, well, any decent brand of scotch will do that. Does it make a good mix with scotch?
It should.
I'll let you know.
It takes the whole bottle.
He's like, oh, we need that for other people.
Yeah, I was about to say, Scott, we need that for everyone else.
Ready to transport on my order?
Now he's giant in space. You know, still, once they bring him aboard, how are they going to get out of the web? We have him now. Can we leave? All right, let's just take this back down. Just as slowly have to take it down. Oh.
We have destroyed the Tholian's web.
What?
Negative, Ensign. Utilizing ship's power has thrown us clear of it. The captain's oxygen supply is running out now. Are you standing by with a hypo of Triox compound for him?
Scotty got too drunk from that. He couldn't do it himself. Hit him with that syringe! Through the spacesuit. It can penetrate anything.
Bones. Welcome home, Jim.
I must say I prefer a crowded universe much better. How did you two get along without me? Well, I hope my last orders were helpful in solving any problems that you don't feel worth reporting.
Orders, Captain?
The last orders that I left for both of you.
Oh, those orders. Well, there wasn't time. We never had a chance to listen to them.
Good.
Was there more to that tape?
No, I just think for whatever reason they don't want him to know that they heard his last orders. I don't know why, though. I think it was just trying to be a joke, but it fell a little bit flat.
Yeah, that felt kind of a bit flat. Like, oh, did we miss something here?
All right. Yeah, so overall, I liked the episode for sure. A lot of cool stuff in it, like the spacesuits. I'm definitely gonna. When I say cool stuff, I guess I'll restate a lot of memorable stuff in here. I'm gonna remember the spacesuits, and the ridiculousness of them, and the name tags on the front of them that just looked like they were made in like a $10 printing press or something. The whole last order scene with Jim, even though that thing, the joke at the end kind of fell flat for me, but the whole scene of them watching that and. Was really nice. The funeral scene was nice to see, and then also the design of the Tholian the first time when it showed up on the screen and the voice effect was unique and different. But overall, it was just like kind of similar to the last episode we watched. It just like wasn't all there for me. I think I liked the episode maybe even a little bit more, but it didn't really hit like the heights to where I'm like, wow, this is an episode I love. It was just fine. It was just good. It did its job. I appreciated the story. I have some flaws with it. I'll get to it in a moment. But overall, yeah, I just thought it was solid.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Just very solid. Didn't hit as one of our favorite episodes per se. But the character stuff, this is like a better version of the Galileo 7. I know you didn't like that episode. I thought it was okay. But with this episode basically being like Jim's gone and like now Spock's in control. This is basically like the big three minus Kirk arguing with each other. And we get to see, like, Spock acting illogical. Like, okay, we lost the captain, blah, blah, blah. We have to move on. These people are going crazy. We have to leave. But, like Spock's a Vulcan, right? Logic above everything. But he's still half human. And we already saw that he's super loyal to his captains, Pike being first. I remember watching those episodes, what he was doing for Pike and thinking, what is going on? It's like, this is so not Spock. But, like, I'm so glad to see that characteristic has lasted, 2 more seasons, like, where it's like, we're going to stay here. We're going to figure out where Kirk is. We're going to get him back. I really appreciate that little detail here. And this entire season, Uhura has just been sitting in the chair. And I'm like, come on. Uhura has done some good stuff, like, the past 2 seasons. And even though it wasn't much, just seeing her in, like, not her chair and a different like funeral type outfit, like, okay, I like that. That was nice. And she got to do a little bit more acting besides sitting there with her freaking earpiece. So I like that a lot.
Yeah, I think that's a perfect example of every episode of Star Trek almost has something that you're gonna remember and appreciate being in the episode. And I think that Uhura scene is the one that'll stick out the most for this. There's some memorable stuff, like I already said, but when thinking about the episode, probably what's going to stick with me the most is like, oh, that's the episode where we got to see that, Uhura's bedroom and that nice little scene with her, and Nichelle Nichols getting to show a little bit more of her acting chops, and that was all really great.
But I thought the ending was kind of weird, like, oh, we broke out of the Tholian Web. We're fine. In fact, we have the exact location where Kirk should be. Oh, we beamed him aboard. Oh, okay, we're fine. Did you find that odd? Where there was no resolution with the Tholian people?
Yeah, I thought the ending was extremely weak. It was, they made me interested the whole time in how they're going to save Kirk, and I think they paid that off mostly. Like, I mostly understood how they did that, but the Tholian Web, the Tholians are introduced. The episode is called Tholian Web. They build this up. They keep cutting to it through the whole episode. I actually want to be able to see if maybe I could find, like, a screensaver for my computer of just the Tholian Web being created. That would be neat. But
That'd be neat, yeah.
They're building it up every time they come from commercial and everything. They're showing it more and more, and then at the end they just like poof and they're out of it, and there's no scene with the Tholians. It's like, that's kind of a cop-out, and I think that was just weak writing, honestly, and probably just lack of time to resolve that. But then why set it up if you're not going to resolve it,
Yeah.
So
Two different writers here. I would like to do some more research on how this was written and maybe do, like, I don't know, a full research on it. Maybe when we do our season 3 recap. I don't know. I just feel like this was another one of those things where, like, they had a new effect where they can show Kirk, almost invisible. So they just plastered that effect as much as they could throughout this whole episode, and they built an entire story just around that.
This is one of the episodes though that did make me appreciate that we're watching the original effects. I haven't watched any of the I know they do like the comparison videos of the effects with the original remastered. I haven't watched any of those, so I haven't seen for the first 2 seasons any of the original effects, or for this season any of the new ones, but I would be interested to see what the new ones look like for this one, because they probably look a bit more legitimate. But I'm glad we're watching the original one, because it put me more into the episode seeing these 60s effects. I feel like I was actually more intrigued with it because it was so entertaining to see kind of just the ingenuity and how they did stuff back then. It obviously doesn't look the best, but it's actually pretty interesting to see, and that's why I liked those moments. But I did want to ask you what you think about the whole Kirk thing. I wonder if he actually was busy with something or what, because this is the first time that we ever see an episode where he is barely in it. He's in the opening, first 10 minutes, and then after this dilemma, he's not there until the very end. And, that's just very interesting to me. I mean, even in Galileo 7, he was back on the Enterprise with the whole B storyline. So that was odd, and maybe that also kind of went towards why the episode was a bit off, because as a viewer, he's in every single episode, so you're just adjusting to that. But what'd you think about that?
I thought it was neat. I liked it a lot. It's different. You know what I mean? It's we never know what's going to happen. And I like the fact that Kirk was just gone. And I much prefer him being gone for half an hour than him being on a planet with a Native American woman. This is what I much prefer that. I think it adds to the impact. And him being gone and them really, same with City on the Edge of Forever. Kirk with this woman really building that relationship. They did the same thing here, but really building that he's gone. They have this funeral. They brought in all those extras for that funeral scene. They really made it feel we obviously know it's not, but they really made it feel okay, this is happening. It's not just a 2-second gimmick where it's he's back. It's they really had a good he's gone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
yeah, I mean, it's not we're ever going to believe it, watching 6 years later, but they did a good job.
We know it.
Yeah, but they definitely...
it's a detriment of us being here in 2023.
Yeah.
Knowing that it continues on, but I don't know, some kid, some young adult in 1969, 7, whatever, might be oh my God.
Yeah. So yeah, no, I agree. That was cool to see. And I think that, as far as the stories, another element we haven't even brought up was the whole, disease going around, making the people go crazy. We've seen different versions of this throughout the show, and I think that's just another element of this episode setting up all these cool stories, which I appreciate how many things they set up, because it made it, just kind of the pacing pick up, but they just didn't really pay most of them off. They had the drink, the whole drink explanation, which works for me, but it just made me feel why even put that in the episode at all? It just didn't seem like it really added that much. It was just a couple interesting scenes. They're having the funeral scene for Kirk, and I was somewhat emotionally attached, and then you just have one guy jump up and go crazy and leave the room, and it's kind of hard to get back to the emotional of the funeral scene here.
Yeah, that, and especially when they take him out and they act like it never happened.
Yeah.
There was no longing, emotional reaction to that, because I feel it ended as quickly as it started. It's and plus we've seen plenty of Enterprise members go crazy before. I feel it happens quite often. I just wish they made a bigger deal of that happening. It just felt they could have cut that out. I feel the episode still would have worked.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. They have to create an effect of we're running out of time, because we're running out, if we stay here, this is going to happen to everybody. But it just didn't hit hard. They have to create those we got to get done in 50 minutes, or this is going to keep happening.
And I wish they would have gone more the angle about the disappearing of it. When they go to the other ship, it's disappearing, and also it looks like everyone killed each other. I didn't really buy into the everyone killed each other that much, but I like the disappearing. Maybe they could have had Chekhov disappear, or have other members disappear. The episode would have been totally different if they went this route. But they would have had more stuff they have to figure out, but I like that angle of it more of we're slipping into this other dimension, more than just another episode where people are going crazy.
If everyone started to disappear slowly, and instead of just Kirk floating out there, we see Chekhov floating out there with them. Oh no! Yeah. And they have to pull him back in, but I can't get over the resolution. They just fired at the web and they just, disappeared at 2.87 parsecs away from it. It's like what? It's like, I don't know. That felt kind of cheap.
I also wanted to talk about, so there's a lot of dynamic with Bones and Spock in the episode, and we kind of talked a lot about that during it, so, but, beyond Bones being unnecessarily hard on him, and in my opinion, that just being weak writing for Bones, kind of convenient writing, even putting that aside, I felt like Leonard Nimoy's performance in this, like, he is always supposed to be trying to be emotionless or whatever, but it usually comes off a lot better. Like, in this episode, it seemed more like Spock just didn't care about anything that was going on. Like, anytime someone was talking to him, he just had like this apathetic look on his face, like, get away from me. I don't know, maybe that was just my interpretation, but usually with him, it's more of like a stone cold, like, emotionless, like, straight faced look. But in this was more just like he was annoyed with anyone trying to talk to him. And I wonder if that was just Leonard Nimoy, how he felt this week, or if it had something, I don't know, it just was a little bit off to me there too.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. He's put in a different chair. He's adjusting, maybe. I think my biggest problem is with Bones. He's like, he's gone. It's like he disappeared. It's like I already said this, but like Bones like met a woman and was willing to give up his whole career to stay with this woman. Like, if Kirk's gone, I feel like Bones would like fight anyone who said we're leaving the captain behind. Like, what do you mean we're leaving the captain behind? But I feel like they just switched roles a little bit because they wanted to keep the continuity of like Spock being so faithful to his captain because of the whole Pike storyline, and they wanted to keep it. It's stressing me out to think about.
yeah, it was definitely just a little bit of a convenient writing. It didn't bother me as much as it bothered you, but yeah, it definitely was convenient writing for Bones that made him a little bit, whatever, out of character. But at the end of the day, I think that more good than bad. I liked the episode overall. Definitely a passing grade, not one that I'm like, oh, season 3, terrible episode. Really, I think there's only been 1 or maybe 2 episodes I have super negative feelings about this season. So yeah, it's still going quite well. We'll see what happens with the next episodes coming up, but you guys let us know what you think about the Tholian Web, and I'm sure we laid out a lot of stuff that we kind of nitpicked or didn't like here, so I'm sure you guys have a lot to defend in that respect. If you like the episode, let us know, and if it's your first time here, make sure to subscribe, watch all of Star Trek with us, become part of the target audience.
Yeah, if we can talk this long about it, it must be pretty decent.
Not boring, yeah.
Yeah, if it's not boring, there's something to talk about. But that'll do it for us here at the Target Audience. I'm Alex, this is Josh. We're the Target Audience. Content's made for absolutely everybody. Everything's specifically made for us, but hopefully for you as well. Thank you. We'll see you guys next time.